What is going on, everyone? It's TC3 Johnson here with another MLB 20 franchise mode video, guys. So it's going to be a little bit of a quicker video, guys. We're going to go ahead and cover the month of September in this one, and then we'll go ahead and start the postseason in the next one, which will be the last part to this franchise mode video, especially now that we got MLB 21 just right around the corner. So we're going to go ahead and just start off very quickly. Just might skip a few of the details, but definitely if you're looking for some gameplay, definitely check out some of my other parts. It'll be a little bit more focused on the gameplay. Right now we're just going to try to rush everything as much as we can, but still obviously produce some sort of like be able to be caught up on what's going on with the season. So right now Tommy Pham just ends up completing his cycle. So basically when that happens is basically hitter hits a single, a double, a triple, and a homer. So very, as you can imagine, very rare. You kind of have to be perfect. Like, you're gonna have to be like 4 for 4 or 4 or 5, because it's very rare, especially in baseball, for a batter to have more than like 3 or 4 chances per game. So it's definitely not something that you see every day. It's definitely one of the things. But unfortunately, we still end up coming up a little bit short against the Dodgers here, which is to be expected. You know, definitely the Dodgers are a very strong team and always have been, so more of the reason why this should be a very interesting postseason, because more than likely I do feel like we're going to end up facing them in the finals, or at least a divisional round. So it is going to be a good matchup, definitely, to keep you guys interested. Right now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next series here and see what will happen here and how things will unfold. And so right now we get the easy win there against the Pirates. With that being said, we end up finishing the series there, and so it looks like our double A team, unfortunately, told us a triple A team didn't make it, but our double A is advancing into the deeper rounds of the postseason there. And so now we're going to be facing the Cubbies here. It's going to be a very close one, so we end up tying the game here. Bottom of the ninth here, 2 outs. And so with that being said, ooh, he's pissed. Let's go ahead and replace the pitcher there. And so Machado hits it. This time it should go away. It should be a homer. No, actually, no. Sorry, not a homer. It ends up being an out. I thought it was, but I guess I completely did not see the image there, and just getting caught up in my own excitement there. But this time it does go away. Shout out to Eric Hosner, who ends up getting the homer there to finish the ball game here. And so it's going to be a 4-3 win for us here against the Cubbies as we are winding down this postseason. More than likely, we have secured the wild card spot. So these games are just going to be pretty much nothing but elementary here. Just trying to get some seeding and try to hopefully host a wild card game if possible, if that is something that's in the cards here. And so we simulate the game against the Colorado Rockies. We're just like, you know what, that's fine. We did lose 2 in a row, so I'm going to go ahead and step in just to make sure we stay on top of this wild card race. Definitely don't want to slip up, especially with the games winding down here in the season. And all of a sudden we have no postseason because we ended up losing the last couple games here. So now Will Myers is going to end up getting a nice hit. Look at it, just right off the corner. Not too bad at all. Definitely one of those tough ones to kind of be able to stop here. Not really much the CPU can do on that point. Unfortunately, they do end up getting the first out on an easy note for them. And so right now he's holding his breath, just kind of being like, oh, I don't know if we can do this. And so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go back to the next batter here. And so unfortunately it should be an easy base hit, but we end up going for it. End up getting our double baseman to get all the way to home. And so with that being said, we've just tied the ball game here at 3, 2 outs, trying to swing it away, and potentially give us the lead here. And so with that being said, we hit, and so it is going to be potentially a run in scoring position. So we have a man on second and a man on third. So now it's going to be one last guy here, and so it's going to be Mr. Trent. Let's see. Is it going to be? It's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's on the wall. I think it's going to be warning track. Yeah, it's going to be a tag-up situation, and so we are going to steal. We go for the suicide, I guess you can say. So we get the guy on second to also go for the steal. Ends up working out. We score, and we have a man on third. And so with that being said, we're going to bring in, as you guys should know by now, our boy from the Miami Marlins, my MLB 19 franchise mode, Curtis Granderson. And so Granderson ends up unfortunately slipping there. Not the greatest of hits. Not really much of a difference though. We still end up taking the lead here late in the game here. Basically, I would dare call this the fourth quarter with less than 2 minutes to play here. And so final 3 outs here. It's going to be got a man on first and potentially 2 outs. So trying to really put this away. Hopefully it's going to be one of those situations where we are able to do it. And so, with that being said, it's going to be, unfortunately, the opposite effect. So the same hit that Will Myers did is going to go against us here. And so with that being said, Kirby Yates, this is actually probably the first time we've ever lost a game with Kirby Yates. But I guess it was bound to happen eventually. And so with that being said, the Rockies end up picking up the win. And so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one here. So we're going to be facing the Giants here. We're going to go for the steal. That should be an easy steal for us. Not much the CPU could have done there to stop us really. And so with that being said, Myers going for the hit there. It's going to be right on the corner, so we should get the guy there to pretty much put it away. We're going to stay on first. Doesn't really matter. We end up getting the win there. And so end up finally bouncing back. It took us a second, took us a while, but we do end up finally getting that good hit. And so Starlin Castro, who actually earlier this season we signed him to an extension, a 2-year extension, roughly around the same price, I believe, of $6.4 million. And so he has been a great help, especially when it comes time to doing a designated hitter. So he's always been a flexible option for us, and definitely just showing why that is the case here. As we're going to go ahead and just take a quick look, just budget wise, $587, so we're still on the positive side, which is great. And so now we're just going to go ahead and look at the standings here just to get a quick update. So there you see Dodgers have for sure clinched National League West, so unfortunately no repeat for us there. And so there you see the one World Series ring. Definitely was probably last year's World Series win. Spoiler alert! And so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the awards here. And so of course Tommy Pham unfortunately did not get the batting title. And so Brian Anderson, Miguel Rojas. I don't believe I had Miguel Rojas on the MLB 19 franchise, but Tatis ends up getting the Silver Slugger Award. And so with that being said, guys, we'll go ahead and leave the video right here. Season's pretty much over. We for sure qualified for the wild card round. It's going to be against the Chicago Cubs, and so it'll be interesting. We'll go ahead and pick off right where we left off, guys. Take care and stay safe out there.
Spot in the AL wildcard race. And the Yankees